Southern Mississippi, and no stranger to big ball games. They've played a number of big programs. In fact, in their franchise, their school history, Nat, they've scored 13 victories against rather ranked football teams.
Yeah, they had Alabama on the ropes last year in the opener. They were up 21-10. And Alabama came back to win.
Yeah, that was a tough game in Tuscaloosa. Great coverage on the opening kick as Jamal Cornelius, who was advised to keep the ball in the end zone, elected to bring it out. Out of the shotgun on first down. Southern Miss in a four-man defensive front. And Leak tossing it to Deshaun Wynn. Wynn coming out of the backfield, picks up good yardage out to the 16-yard line. An 8-yard pickup on 1st and 10. And there you see the numbers on Leak from a year ago. Over 2,600 yards, 63% completions. And only 6 interceptions to go with those 20 touchdowns.
And that's the key number there, David. That's 6 interceptions, taking care of the football, managing the game.
This time the pass out into the left flat. And it looks like it'll be enough for a first down out to the 29-yard line, or rather the 19-yard line, a 3-yard pickup. Let's check out Florida's offense. Brought to you by Checkers, official burger of the Florida Gators. Troutwine, Metter on the tackles. Not a lot of experience in that offensive line. Rissler, the only returner with a lot of experience. Andre Caldwell back in at receiver after a long offseason of rehabbing the broken leg suffered last year in the game against Tennessee. And Leak's pass is overthrown and picked off by Sumrall. It's Brandon Sumrall with the interception. The pass intended for freshman Percy Harvin, and the ball was simply overthrown.
That's one that Chris would like to get back. Last year in this opening game, he threw 17 straight connections before he missed one. Well, I tell you what, it might look like it was overthrown, David, but going back looking at it, looked like Percy gave up on the route. You know, as a quarterback, you're throwing the ball to a spot and you expect that young guy to get there. There we saw the inexperience of the freshman receiver.
So the Gators turn the ball over on their first possession. Jeremy Young under center at the Florida 28. Play action fake and the pass to the tight end Nelson. He's got it and steps out of bounds at the Florida 7-yard line. Boy, you can see already why the Golden Eagles are so excited about this sophomore, Sean Nelson, 6'5", 235. And there's Jeremy Young, only played in 4 games last year. Got a lot more experience 2 years ago, had a couple of starts. And the Golden Eagles threaten to score after the Florida interception. Running back is Larry Thomas. Weekly the fullback. And Young is going to keep the football and is tripped up at the 6-yard line. Tony Joyner on the stop for the Gator defense. And let's take a look at the Golden Eagles, brought to you by Checkers, official burger of the Florida Gators. Experienced offensive line. McKee on the tackle spot, the only new starter there. And Sean Nelson, we've already seen what he can do. Very talented tight end, a sophomore, one of the top tight ends in the country. Southern Mississippi a chance to take an early lead in Gainesville. Jeremy Young with good protection. Touchdown, Golden Eagles. Damian Carter. Oh, Southern Mississippi is on the scoreboard first. Darren McCaleb, exceptional place kicker for the Golden Eagles. The left footer drills it between the uprights.
And this is just great pass protection. It's a veteran offensive line. Nice job by Carter of driving Smith into.
Florida fans know how good Alabama was last year. They lost in Tuscaloosa 30-21 early in the season. This time Cornelius is going to take the advice of Keyston Moore and down the football in the end zone. So the Gators will bring it out to the 20 this time and have a little better field position.
And then you get a rookie that you're depending on, and you know he stops his route. You know he's got to get in there sharp. Otherwise, Chris Leak won't be going to him much more during the ball game.
Well, Harvin is not on the field as the Gators start their second series. Deshaun Wynn is, however, and Wynn shaking his way across the 40 to the 43-yard line. 23 yards on the carry. Great blocking by the Gators to free up Deshaun Wynn.
Outstanding blocking by the left side of your offensive line. Nice job by Deshaun Wynn of reading the block. See how he cut back and then he picks up the block of Jamal Cornelius. Outstanding running by Deshaun Wynn.
Deshaun Wynn, one of 13 redshirt seniors on this Florida team. Leak has good protection. Andre Caldwell with the catch for a gain of about 10 yards. Here's the Golden Eagle defense. Sean Merrill, a junior college transfer. Prince and Chatelaine on the ends. Merrill, a very talented youngster up front for Southern Mississippi. The linebackers led by middle linebacker Gerald McGrath, number 24, a big-time playmaker. Keyston Moore gets the handoff, and Moore is stopped behind the line of scrimmage by the linebacker McGrath, the man we talked about. McGrath, number 24, had a huge game against Alabama early last season, and then suffered an injury and missed most of the rest of the year. Keys to the game brought to you by Chevrolet.
And what the Golden Eagles want to do, they want to be able to run the football, and then secondary-wise must play well defensively. But for the Gators, this offensive line must protect Chris Leak, give him time to throw the football, and then the defensive line needs to get pressure on the quarterback, needs to dominate the offensive line.
Florida trying to muscle its way for the first down, and they are successful across the 45 to the 44-yard line in Southern Mississippi territory.
Well, David, here's this offensive line. It's an inexperienced, but a nice job getting movement along the way. Drew Miller pulling up in the hole. He comes from his right guard position, pulls up, leads through. Outstanding movement by that offensive line.
Golden Eagles have a very aggressive defense. They are going to blitz a lot tonight, and the Gators feel like they must run the football effectively to negate that aggressive swarming defense of the Golden Eagles. Leak on the play action. Breaks free from pressure and throws the ball away. And there you see that aggressive defense by Southern Miss. Brandon Summerall, the safety who had the interception, putting the pressure on Chris Leak.
Also, you got good pressure from Chatelaine. Matthew Chatelaine coming in. Nice job by Leak of avoiding the tackle and then heads up, throwing the ball away. You know, we saw a lot of that last year out of Chris, David, where basically he managed the game, got rid of the football, didn't give up the sack, didn't try and force it anywhere.
So that brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Gators at the Golden Eagle 44. Keyston Moore ridden down by linebacker James Denley, number 22. Gain of only a yard on that play. So now the Gators are going to be in a 3rd down and long situation, an obvious passing down. Southern Miss will be surprised to see them bring a lot of folks in this situation.
Yeah, I expect to see 7, 8 men around the line of scrimmage. You know, they've been walking up there, more and more each snap. So, don't be surprised if they come after Chris to try and force him into turning the ball over.
And no backs in the backfield with Leak. 3 men wide to the right, 2 men wide to the left. Cornelius in motion. Leak doesn't like something, and he calls timeout. So Florida using its first timeout of the night. Wynn has already broken off a nice 23-yard run tonight. But right now the Gators need 9 yards to keep this drive going at the 44-yard line of the Golden Eagles. Leak getting some pressure, throwing it, intended for Caldwell, and it is incomplete. Good coverage by Jasper Falk. And indeed, Southern Mississippi came with a lot of pressure.
Well, they came with pressure. Nice job by the O-line and the backs picking up the blitz. Chris Leak has all day to throw the football, but an outstanding job by Jasper Falk of just getting in the way of Andre Caldwell to keep him from being able to get downfield.
Senior Eric Wilbur back to punt. Falk standing at the 10-yard line, waving for and making the fair catch at the 9.
Well, it's all about opportunity. He's getting his opportunity to play. previous years, he just wasn't able to get on the field.
Backed up this time, however. The swing pass is caught by Thomas, and the Gators swarm him under. Flags flying everywhere. McDonald got there first. Larry Thomas on the receiving end, but someone got a piece of his face mask. So this one is going against Florida's defense. Referee Hubert Owens with the signal. And the question is it of the 5-yard or the 15-yard variety?
Face mask. Number 98 of the defense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still first down.
Well, it's the 5-yard variety, but still you take away the sack or the tackle behind the line of scrimmage at about the 3. There it was, Brandon Seiler.
There
or was it Ray McDonald?
It's actually Ray McDonald there that he's just holding on for dear life. It felt like he was the last guy to have an opportunity to make the tackle.
Gator defense standing tall on 1st and 5. The tackle made by Spikes, the freshman linebacker. Florida's defensive line anchored by McDonald and Moss on the ends. Marcus Thomas actually not in the lineup here today. They're the linebackers. Seiler and Everett, all Southeastern Conference caliber, and Brian Crum much improved this year. And the secondary hit hard by injuries, and yet those guys have really stepped up. Reggie Nelson looking for a big year. Reggie Lewis on the corner. Young Ryan Smith on the other corner, played very well in the preseason. And Tony Joyner, the strong safety. Southern Miss trying to grind it out for the first down. Seiler stepping up to make the tackle for the Florida Gators, and it appears that the Golden Eagles are a little bit short of the first down. That was Cody, or rather Damian Fletcher on the carry. And it'll be 3rd down and less than a yard for Southern Mississippi.
Well, Southern Miss comes in with 3 running backs, Cody Hall, Larry Thomas, and Damian Fletcher, and we expect to see all 3 of them play here, don't we, David?
That's right. Fletcher, a true freshman out of Biloxi. And the give is to the fullback, Weekly, and Weekly battering up near the 20 and appears to have a Golden Eagle first down as Brandon Seiler plugged the gap. But it will be a Southern Mississippi first down. So the penalty on first down, that very costly.
Extremely costly. There you see Weekly doesn't get to carry the ball much, only carried the ball 12 times all of last year, but he averages 4 yards per carry. So, 3rd and short, good guy to put the ball in his hands at that 245-pounder.
Weekly, big senior. Out of Brandon, Mississippi, first down. Young's pass is caught by Pirine. And Pirine is hit by Reggie Nelson after a gain of only 3. Urban Meyer's team falling behind early. A costly turnover, a costly penalty. And Southern Mississippi has moved the ball from their 9-yard line out to their own 24.
Well, this is a scrappy football team that they get after you. When you talk about the Alabama game last year, they were actually leading the ball game, if you remember, David, where they got out front 21-10, and Alabama was very fortunate to be able to come back and win that ball game.
They won the New Orleans Bowl last year, their 8th bowl appearance in 9 years, and finished with 7 victories on the season. Pressure, but the pass is thrown beautifully, and a first down for Southern Miss.
Jeremy Young is extremely impressive. He sees the blitz coming all the way. He actually takes his time, gives his receiver a chance to clear, and then he's able to get the ball to him. I mean, this takes a lot of time to run this route before Joyner can get up there and make the tackle. Nice route by Josh Barnes. Just cool and calm. Takes the hit, delivers the football. Doesn't look like an inexperienced quarterback as of yet.
No, he's very poised out there, and this Golden Eagle offense is moving the football. They're at their own 33. Young rolling. Throwing on the move, and the pass is incomplete, but a flag is thrown. Reggie Lewis covering. Well, Lewis Appeared to have tight coverage on freshman Rodney Gray, but the penalty flags come flying in there. And you'd think it's going to go against the Gators. It'll be another costly penalty.
Let's go. Here they are, right here. And right there, it looked like what they probably called was he reached out and grabbed it with the left hand.
10 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Reggie Lewis, the converted wide receiver, finished the year playing some outstanding defensive back. Remember the big pick he had against Vanderbilt.
Well, got a chance to play last year because of the injury to Vernell Brown, a former wide receiver that got an opportunity to play and started the last 2 ball games for the Gators.
Played well against Iowa and the Outback Bowl as well.
There you look at the numbers of Jeremy Young. He's 5 for 5 and a touchdown. Came to the ball game, had never thrown a touchdown, David.
Very poised. The junior out of Jackson. And the Gators unable to put much pressure on him again, but no one is open. He throws it upfield. The pass is caught, and another first down for Southern Mississippi. So the Golden Eagles moving the football. Damian Fletcher coming out of the backfield with the catch.
There's another look at it. Plenty of time to throw the football, and then he just buys time, glides out to the open, and then gets the ball to Fletcher.
Oh, good. Golden Eagles on the march again. They started this drive at their 9-yard line. Somebody's shoe came off, and another flag is dropped as Fletcher carries the ball back near the line of scrimmage. Brandon Seiler on the tackle for the Gators. But there is a flag down.
David, it just looked like the Gator team is overhyped. You know, they're making all kinds of mistakes right now. They've underestimated this football team. You know, sometimes you get so pumped up on the opening of the season that you forget to read your keys.
Holding. Number 75 on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
That's left tackle Chris Clark, the 4th-year junior out of New Orleans. Called for the hold, so the first, really the first mistake by Southern Mississippi this evening. 5:12 left in the first quarter.
And this is an opportunity for the Gators to take advantage of a mistake on their part. So far, Southern Miss has taken advantage of every mistake the Gators have made.
It's 1st and 20. Young hit, throws the ball into the ground. Jarvis Moss put on the pressure.
Passer was outside of the frame of the tackle.
Outside the tackles was the call. That was close.
That's very close. Let's take another look at it. Good call by the official. He does get outside, but a nice job by Jarvis of staying at home. Here's another look at it. Here's the tackle. Now see, he gets outside. Nice. He gets outside, and then he gets rid of the football. So heads up play by Jeremy Young.
Moss, the terrific pass rusher. 2nd down and 20. And it's Fletcher again, picking up 3 yards to the 44-yard line of the Gators.
And David, when you start to look at the time that Young is having to throw the football, a lot of that stems from no pressure up the middle. You know, with Marcus Thomas not playing today, him being out, you know, he's the guy that normally would create that pressure and force him to the outside defensive ends.
Well, no official word on the reason for Marcus Thomas not playing. We are told that Urban Meyer will address that after the game. Marcus Thomas, a preseason all-conference tackle, and not playing today in this season opener. Jeremy Young will call timeout. 18. And after the timeout, Jeremy Young standing in the pocket throwing down the right sideline. It is taken away. No, yeah, picked off by the Gators. Tony Joyner with a terrific catch. Really not a bad play by Southern Mississippi, because it was 3rd and long, so they throw the ball deep net, and even with an interception, the Gator field position is not all that good.
Well, it's as good as a punt, but a nice job by Tony Joyner coming over from his strong safety position, playing the football at his highest point, getting the interception on a pass that was intended for number 87, Chris Johnson.
So Florida still trailing 7-0 late in the first quarter with the ball for the 3rd time tonight. And on the end toss, it is Percy Harvin, the explosive freshman, brought down by Jasper Falk. This Harvin, an exciting player out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. #1 wide receiver prospect in the country.
Now he's got a good lead block there with number 21, Deshaun Wen. Nice job of cutting it up. You know, this guy was a tremendous runner as well as a pass receiver in high school, David. So, you know, here's a guy that you really want to get the ball in his hands and give him a chance to make something happen.
He's a playmaker. And the Gators feel like they've got quite a handful of true freshmen that are going to play a major role in this campaign. Leak on the fake to win. Looking for Caldwell, now throwing it to Dallas Baker. Baker sidesteps one defender, roars into Golden Eagle territory. We're going to say that he stepped out of bounds, back up field at the 47-yard line, but it is a 29-yard Gator pickup.
But an outstanding play by Chris Leak. We started the ball game talking about Chris Leak. Now watch him get outside, and then once he gets out there, sets his feet, gets the ball to Dallas Baker, who's your leading receiver coming into this year with 52 receptions last year. Good job of trying to walk the tightrope on the sideline by Dallas Baker.
Well, the ball is spotted at the 47. Gators with a nice reverse run by Harvin, and then the beautifully thrown pass from Leak to Dallas Baker. The officials having a discussion. Let's listen.
25-second clock is not operating properly. We will keep the 25-second count on the field.
So we got a clock problem here in the stadium, and the play clock will be kept by the officials on the field. Florida throwing the interception on their first possession, setting up the Southern Mississippi touchdown, and Florida trailing 7-0. Deshaun Wynn, good blocking to the right side. The ball pops out of there, but it appears that Wynn got it back. It'll be 2nd down for the Gators. And Wynn and the Gators fortunate not to turn the ball over here.
Well, David, he takes him on with the ball in his right arm, and he takes him on with the right shoulder, and that snaps it out. Good presence to realize that the ball is out. Now watch, he takes it on with the arm that has the football in there. You cannot do that unless you put both arms over the football.
Good job by Brandon Summerall, the strong safety, to pop his helmet in there on the football. But a gain of 5 for Wynn. Cornelius Ingram is the man in motion, the former quarterback. And Leak's throwing to Ingram. He takes off down the sideline and steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Ingram, the converted quarterback, a backup quarterback, couldn't sniff the field as a quarterback, so they moved him to receiver/tight end. And the Gator coaches feel like he has a tremendous future at that position.
Well, he's just a tremendous athlete, catches the ball well. There he just loses his footing. Otherwise, you would have to say that LeVance Richmond, brother, you got to look me up. This time he loses his footing, but good job of catching the football, and he runs outstanding routes.
Well, it's only the 3rd game that Ingram has played in his Gator career. He's a 3rd-year sophomore. He played quarterback against Louisiana Tech last year, tight end against Iowa in the Outback Bowl, and that's it. Here is Keyston Moore. And the Gators now gaining yards in large chunks. Ladarius Webb with the tackle, a 14-yard gain by the sophomore from Arlington, Texas.
Well, the Gators do something quite interesting here where they bring Caldwell in motion, and that pulls everybody out. Now you got a soft corner for him to cut up. Nice job of cutting up in there and then cutting it back. Good play design by the Gators. You move your slot guy, that takes away the defender on that side, and there's a soft corner to run to.
Cornelius and Caldwell are flanked wide to the left. Leak throwing. Here comes pressure from the outside, and down goes Chris Leak at the 22-yard line. That's Summerall, the blitzing strong safety, who's already had a major impact on this game with an interception. He forced the Deshaun Wynn fumble, even though the Gators got that one back, and now the sack of Chris Leak.
And this is where Summerall comes outside and then juts back inside of Jim Tark. Jim Tark's responsible for him, so he's got to keep leverage. You know, you want to be able to push him past the pocket instead of overrunning him, and that allowed Brandon Summerall to come in and make the tackle.
Summerall, a sophomore All-American last year, as the Gators swing it to Moore. Moore turns it back to the inside, and all he sees there are white shirts, about 5 of them, led by number 24, Gerald McGrath.
And David, that shows you the speed of McGrath. When they first set up this play, this little quick flare out into the flat, you look like you've got a home run. You got blockers out front, but McGrath had so much speed that he was able to get out there and make sure that he wasn't able to turn it up.
Now McGrath had an interception for a touchdown against Alabama last year. He caused a fumble. He recovered a fumble. He had 5 tackles in that game against Alabama. Then he broke his leg and missed the rest of the season. Well, the sophomore, a quality linebacker out of Powder Springs, Georgia. Now it's 3rd and 13. Leak, protection breaking down, and Leak throwing for a wide open receiver. Dallas Baker, touchdown Florida.
Well, David, a year ago, the complaint about Chris Leak was he wasn't mobile, he couldn't run. Today, he's shown us a couple times where he's moved around, bought additional time, and then got the ball down to Dallas Baker for big plays.
21-yard scoring toss from Chris Leak to Dallas Baker.
Good blocking up front, but Chris sees that there's too much pressure. It's breaking down. He's got to get out of there. Nice job of just throwing the ball to a spot. Dallas Baker giving him a target to throw to. Good execution by both Baker and Leak.
And Florida ready to kick off. Ladarius Webb standing deep, brings it out from the 5-yard line. Oh man, did he get clobbered? Dustin Doe, the freshman.
Well, he was feeling it, and he did it the right way.
Turn, holding. Number 17 on the receiving team. Half the distance from the end of the run. First down.
Well, let's get another look at this and watch young number 32, Dustin Doe.
Well,
man,
it's okay to be jacked up if you're going to deliver the blow, as you see right there with Dustin.
Running backs in the eye for Jeremy Young. Handoff to Fletcher, and Fletcher is dropped at the 12-yard line. A gain of 3 yards on the play. Brian Crum, the redshirt senior. 2nd down and 7 for the Golden Eagles. Freshman Damian Fletcher getting most of the snaps at tailback for Southern Miss. Pressure on Young. He throws it up for grabs, and Reggie Nelson comes oh so close to picking it off. Tremendous pressure. Number 91, Derek Harvey, was in there. And watch Reggie Lewis off the corner.
Reggie Lewis gets there and makes the play.
25-second clock.
The only reason that this is not an interception, David, is because Reggie Nelson is going to cover the wide receiver, right, and then it's hard for him to turn and plan and come back.
Reggie Lewis appears to be a little bit shaken up. 3rd down for the Golden Eagles. Gators come with a blitz. Young is drilled as he throws the ball, and it's broken up beautifully by Reggie Lewis once again. Intended for the freshman wide receiver Rodney Gray. But Gray is no match for senior Reggie Lewis.
2 back-to-back plays by Reggie Lewis. First with the pressure on Young on second down, and then going one-on-one with Gray, and then making the play. Good pressure by the Gator defense. Brandon Salek coming right up the middle. Gets a little hit on there. Nice job of breaking on the football by Reggie Lewis.
Britt Barefoot is the punter for Southern Mississippi. From his end zone. Gets it away, low end over end. Nelson on 2 hops at the 50. Reggie Nelson fighting his way to the 47, and terrific field position for the Gators. And there's Tim Tebow, the true freshman out of St. Augustine Nice High School, who has yet to take a snap in this game. And we talked with offensive coordinator Dan Mullen, and Mullen told us that he would like to get Tebow in early, perhaps even the first quarter. That did not happen. And Southern Miss getting out to that 7-0 lead probably had a lot to do with that. Leak is drilled as he throws the ball, and it's incomplete on first down.
And there just seemed to be like there was a lot of confusion on that play as Chris Leak was looking to get the ball to Jamal Cornelius. He gets pressure early on, you know, and that's that man again, Brandon Sumrall. You know, he's all over the field. Came unblocked. Straight shot on the quarterback. Second time he's been able to get a good clean hit on Chris Leak. There you see Chris's number, 7 of 11. Only negative, the 1 interception.
And he completed 4 out of 4 on Florida's touchdown drive. Leak will keep the ball, trying to turn the corner to the outside, but this Southern Miss team has a lot of speed, and Levance Richmond, a junior college transfer out of Pearl River Community College, able to make the stop. To narrow that down, isn't it?
There's been so many great football players that come to the University of Florida, especially when you look at this is the 100th season of Gator football.
I got to get out there and vote for my partner here. Nat Moore's got to get some votes for the all-century team, doesn't he?
I'll go for it. I think the Gators are going to get hit with the a delay of game penalty, the 25-second clock.
Delay of game. Number 12 on the offense. 5 yards, still third down.
You know, I always wondered, how come the quarterback always get hit with that penalty? I mean, what about the coach that was late getting the play in, you know, sometimes?
Or the center who didn't snap the ball.
Didn't snap the ball, yeah, you know.
It's got to be a challenge, though, when you don't have the visual of the clock. It's been malfunctioning. Now it appears to be working, that 25-second clock. But not in time for Leak to avoid that penalty. Third down and long. Southern Miss claiming a Gator lineman jumped. And I think one official was saying, I didn't see anything. But we'll see what they come up with.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 67 on the offense. 5 yards, still third down.
Called it on Drew Miller. 5-yard penalty backs the Gators up to their own 41. They're going the wrong way.
And David, that's what happens when you play a team like Southern Miss that is very aggressive. Everybody's jumping around, and you know they're showing blitz and they're moving all over the place. As an offensive lineman, you're trying to figure out who you block, and you move on their movement, and you get called for illegal motion.
Shovel it inside to Percy Harvin. He made one man miss, and down he goes at the 46-yard line. The freshman brought down by Brandon Sumrall. We've already seen the explosiveness, the exciting play of Percy Harvin out of Virginia Beach.
A little safe play, a little shovel pass that, you know, if he doesn't catch it, he hits the ground, and it's just an incomplete pass. Good safe call. It looked like after the first play where they tried to throw it to him down the field, and he stopped on the route. Now they've come up with ways to try and just get the ball in his hands.
Well, you got to put it in the hands of the playmakers, and Harvin is certainly that, as Wilbur Coffin corners that big. I don't have any contacts in the athletic department to get a copy, but I can't wait to see that. There's a flag thrown, and Sean Nelson dropped the ball at the 20-yard line. The All-American tight end unable to hold on. You know, we have not heard much from Nelson since he made a big play early.
Well, Nelson was wide open as we wait for the call and just flat dropped that football. Derek Harvey getting pressure. I think they're going to call it against the right tackle, Ryan McKee. It was one-on-one with Derek Harvey and reached out and grabbed him.
Well, 4 starters are back for Southern Miss on the offensive line. McKee, the only non-starter.
6-6 on the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
You're right. They called it on McKee. Southern Mississippi's right guard, George Batiste. First team all-conference. There's McKee. And they've got a lot of experience on their offensive line. In fact, they've got 86 combined starts up there, so they've been playing together for a long time. That hold against McKee, however, and the Golden Eagles are backed up to their 4-yard line. Crowd roaring as the ball is handed off, and Brandon Seiler comes up quickly to make the stop near the line of scrimmage. The middle linebacker doing his job, plugging the gap right up the middle.
Well, Brandon Seiler is going to get the tackle, but let's give some credit to Joe Cohen, Clint McMillan, those guys that's up in the middle that's just destroying everything and allowing the middle linebacker, Seiler, to swoop in and make the tackle.
What about the confidence that offensive coordinator Jay Johnson of Southern Miss is showing in a true freshman? Damian Fletcher, they've got a couple of juniors, Thomas and Hall, that carried the ball for over 500 yards apiece last year, and you've got Fletcher on the field. Now he's checked out for the moment on 2nd down and 13. And this is Thomas. Thomas is able to fare no better. Gators hit him. Ryan Smith, the transfer from Utah, played with Urban Meyer there on the stop. 3rd down and 11. Seiler showing blitz. Here he comes. Also Harvey up the middle, and the pass is incomplete. The pressure coming from Brandon Seiler and Derek Harvey, and Jeremy Young had no chance to complete that 3rd down pass.
And it's going to come right at you in the center. They're coming right in here. Good pressure. Now what? There you go. You see Derek Harvey, and it's nothing but a tackle-in game where the tackles get upfield and go out. Both ends loop inside, and Derek Harvey comes free. You're starting to see the Gators play the way you expected them to play. They've settled down, reading their keys, and relaxing playing football.
High snap, barefoot fields it, and kicks a beauty. Reggie Nelson backpedaling, catching it at the 41-yard line. Here comes Nelson up the middle, all the way back to the Southern Mississippi 35. Gators with good field position as Deshaun Wynn is the ball carrier, and he is hit by Martavius Prince out of Fort Pierce Westwood High School, big number 97, one of several Floridians on this Southern Mississippi football team.
Redshirt junior that's got some size in there, 286 pounds, and one of those guys that loves to get across the line of scrimmage. You're starting to see this Southern Miss football team where more and more guys are creeping up around the line of scrimmage. There's nobody now lining up 5 yards deep. They're all up there 1 or 2 yards from the line of scrimmage.
I've got 7 men within 3 yards of the football right now as Leak takes the snap. Pressure from the outside. The pass is thrown and timed perfectly to Dallas Baker. That time the defensive back Caleb Hendricks did not want to get beat deep, and Dallas Baker with an easy reception.
Well, David, you said it perfect. I think these two guys have worked together before, because this ball is thrown way before Dallas Baker breaks. Nice job of taking a little bit off it. Here's a good job. He's working against Hendricks. He just gets home, catches the football. Nice job by Chris of just lobbing it out there. You got one-on-one. You got your star receiver. Who you want to go to? Dallas Baker.
Big Dallas, 6'3", 206. One of 13 fifth-year seniors on this Florida team. 3rd down and less than a yard. On the option and the end around. Big yardage. Percy Harvin inside the 10, all the way to the Southern Mississippi 5-yard line.
There was so much hype about Percy Harvin's coming to the university, and here is Harvin's over and here, and they're going to Run a reverse. Everything looked like it's going the other way. Nice job of stepping upfield. Now, if we can get Trotwine to go, get him to go and pick up a guy down the field. Don't let him come to you. Go to them. All of a sudden, it becomes a short corner, and Harvins is in the end zone.
Deshaun Wynn barrels over the 5 to the 3. Looked like the big fella had trouble getting his feet going there. Harvin just blew past him.
Well, he waited for everybody to come to him instead of going to them. That way you shorten the corner, and Harvin's able to turn it up a lot quicker.
Harvin make just about anybody look slow, though. Ball's at the 3, 2nd down, and goal to go for the Gators.
This is where the Gators would like to be able to punch this football in.
Power formation. Deshaun Wynn going to take the handoff straight up the middle and in for the touchdown.
Very, very good football when you got balance. And last year, this football team was able to rush the football 19 times for touchdowns.
This is his 20th touchdown carry of his career in his 5th year out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And look at that blocking right up the middle.
And I'll tell you, we didn't say anything about Jason Watkins, a redshirt sophomore. He lines up at the tight end position and does a nice job of coming down, creating a seam for Deshaun Wynn. These 3 guys right here, this guy right there, that's Jason Watkins. Watch the block that he gets. He just crushes everything down. Miller comes around, leads through, and Deshaun Wynn just finds a hole.
14-7 on the short run by Deshaun Wynn.
And David, what normally happens once your offense turns it around, your defense comes alive. 2 straight 3-and-outs, plus an interception in the last 3 possessions.
Brandon Summerall on the return brings the ball out to the 27-yard line, and that's where Southern Miss will take possession. Florida's offensive line really settling down. One of the most inexperienced offensive lines in college football. As the short pass is thrown and caught on 1st down, Reggie Nelson able to make the stop on Joe Singleton. Maybe a trend now for Southern Mississippi. Hand off to Fletcher. Fletcher fighting to the 35-yard line, about a yard short of a 1st down. Javier Estopinan on the tackle, number 48. And we're going to see a lot of Estopinan. He has been moved from linebacker into the tackle position, number 48 for the Gators. And boy, Greg Madison real high on him. He runs well. Good athlete, and looks like he's going to play a lot of tackle.
Yeah, well, they're trying to play a lot of people. You know, what you want to do, especially early in the season, is keep your team fresh by playing a lot of people, getting them some experience.
3rd down, less than a yard. Fletcher, flags dropped as Fletcher picks up the 1st down, but the Gators pointing toward the Southern Miss side of the ball.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 1 on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
Big tight end Sean Nelson, 2nd mistake he's made this ball game. Dropped the wide open pass and then comes back, jumps offside. But I think you give that credit to these Gator fans here.
Well, instead of a 1st down for the Golden Eagles, it's 3rd down and 5 from the 31. McDonald jumped over and apparently didn't get back. So the 5 yards are coming right back for Southern Mississippi. He was in the neutral zone on the snap, or he made contact, one or the other.
Outside on the defense in the neutral zone. 5 yards, still 3rd down.
Let's go back and see if he was able to get back. Here he is there, right there. No, he's just, they snapped the ball while he was still in the neutral zone. Good play calling, though. You got to give Jay Johnson a lot of credit. You give up a cheap 5, you get it right back with your cadence.
Well, McDonald so frustrated with 2 torn ACLs last year. Chopping at the bit to get back out there here tonight. Just a little too eager. And the Golden Knights pick up the first down with Fletcher carrying it to the 37 or 38 yard line. Seiler made the tackle for the Gators. A penalty goes one way, penalty goes the other way, and the end result is the same as it was just a moment ago, with Fletcher picking up a first down.
Yeah, but it shows you where they feel their bread and butter is. That's behind Travis Cooley, Robbie D'Angelo, and George Batiste as they run it right up the middle. Both Cooley and Batiste are USA Conference all-conference players, shall I say.
And fourth-year starters, both on the guards. And no Marcus Thomas tonight for the Gators. There's Earl Everett making the initial contact on Fletcher. Then Tony Joyner coming up to finish off the play for a loss of a yard or two. Urban Meyer's team falling behind early. 7-0. They're up 14-7 late in the second quarter. 2nd and 10. Young gives to Fletcher. That time not much room between the tackles. And Fletcher dropped at the 41 after a gain of 2.
Gators are coming with these corner blitzes. That time we had Ryan Smith coming off the corner. Perfect position to get in and help on the tackle.
Ryan Smith transferred from Utah. He's a junior and played for Urban Meyer a couple of years ago. Really missed playing for this coaching staff. Chuck Heater, the defensive backfield coach, very close with Ryan Smith, and he was able to come in this preseason and win a starting job, which is really something with all the athletes on this Florida football team. But Ryan Smith, starting cornerback for the Gators. Intended for Nelson, batted down by Earl Everett.
Well, Earl Everett is the best cover linebacker of the Gators, and that time we saw why. You'll see the tight end Nelson starts to drag across. He just runs with him. Nice job of not drawing the interference, reaching out with that right hand and knocking the ball down. Last year, Everett actually had 2 interceptions from that weak linebacker slot.
And Barefoot will punt for the 3rd time. He booms this one. Reggie Nelson fielding it at the 6-yard line. To the 20, collared down at the 20-yard line, and a flag comes in there late after the 13-yard return, a 53-yard punt by Barefoot. Penalty against Florida backs the Gators up to the 10-yard line with only 1:13 left in the second quarter. A lot of pressure coming. Leak standing tall in the pocket. His pass intended for Caldwell is incomplete. Andre Caldwell coming back from a broken leg, a broken femur, and appears to have not lost his step, Nat.
Yeah, he still has that speed. You know, one of the best things could have happened for Andre was early in the ball game. He took a shot, you know, had a chance to get hit, have to get up off the ground, know that the knee is okay and that he's 100%. You know, when you first come back and you're just going through practice, mentally you feel good, but you haven't taken any shots yet. After taking that shot, you start to say, okay, I'm ready to play now.
Calling himself the comeback kid for all that he's been through over the last almost 12 months. On the option, the ball fumbled, picked up and caught. Looked like it was dropped. But Caldwell able to hold on. Abanikanda there to make the stop at the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd down for Florida with only 47 seconds left in the quarter. Well, the last thing the Gators need right here is some kind of miscue down there on that end of the field.
Well, but it's still a safe play because
it's an incomplete pass.
You're incomplete pass.
Billy Latsko in motion. And the handoff to Deshaun Wynn. Wynn looking for the first down marker, and he got there with the clock still running. Now stopped while they move the chains, and 12 seconds left in the quarter. James Denley made the tackle for Southern Miss. Leak going to step up. Only a 3-man rush. Chris looking for someone to throw it to. Now the gap closing between big number 91, Robert Henderson, and Chris Leak. And Leak wisely hits the turf with triple zeros on the scoreboard.
Well, it looked like he had eyes in the back of his head at that time.
The first half didn't look like you wanted. Some of the adjustments you'll make here in the second half.
We're going to play the way we were supposed to play. We took our kickoff return team, put us in a bad field position, and then we gave one up to the defense. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't play like that. So we're going to play the way we play. That's great field position and take some more shots in offense, but we got to hit those shots.
As the first half went, you got some good things happening out there. What did you like in that first half?
I just like the way we're playing defense. I don't like the way we're playing offense right now. We just got to make some of those plays. We're not making them.
Deshaun Wynn running pretty hard.
Not hard enough.
Well, there you hear it. Deshaun Wynn running hard, but Coach Meyer says not hard enough.
And we're underway as Jonathan Phillips kicks the ball off to start the second half. And the Golden Eagles kicking it around a little bit as Summerall fumbled it. And the ball was picked up by number 20, Ladarius Webb.
You never get a chance. Everybody doesn't have a chance to win a national championship. And it's awesome feeling to come back and get this love that Gators spread around the nation.
And we start the third quarter. Fletcher knocked out of bounds by Tony Joyner, and short pickup on the first down play.
Well, Tony, you know, you've had an opportunity to watch these Gators play. I know that right now you have a business where you train people to work out a little bit. Tell us a little bit about that. What's keeping you busy nowadays?
Well, now I have I do a lot of sport-specific training, and I also do a lot of general fitness training. Primarily, I deal with a lot of athletes, a lot of high-profile athletes, but also in the general fitness realm, I'm just trying to make everyone feel healthy about themselves.
Fletcher, the ball carrier again. Brandon Seiler is there, the middle linebacker out of Orlando, with another tackle, having a big game on this opening night for the Florida Gators.
Well, you're a defensive player. You had a chance to play on that 96 football team that won it all. When you look at this defense, what do you see? Do you see any similarities? Anything that you can take from what you did in 96 or what that team did in 96 that these young guys can use?
Well, it's funny is that every time that you come back, you always look at that player that sort of resembles you. And you see that in every asset. I can see a lot of Lawrence Rice out there, a couple of Anthony Lotts. And once you see that gel and put a nucleus together, you can kind of start saying, hey, these guys are going to put together a team that sort of resembles what we had as our defense.
Well, the defense really coming together after a little bit of a slow start here tonight. Greg Madison firing up his troops. 3 and out for Southern Miss to start the second half, and the Golden Eagles will have to punt the football. Tony, wondering when in 1996 you guys began to have a feeling that it could be a special season. Did it happen early in the year or later on, or when did you know that this could be a special year in the national championship year?
It was the bitter taste that was left in 95. Us guys, we kind of put everything together where we all knew that we didn't play our best game. We played in front of a national championship crowd, and we did not perform.
Tony, we appreciate you stepping in. You not a Florida native from Cincinnati. Now you live in Charlotte, but the Gator Nation goes nationwide, doesn't it?
It does, and I tell you, we have just as big a fan base there in Charlotte as we do in Cincinnati, as we do anywhere that we go. We Gators are just well known, and the discipline that we have throughout this nation is unbelievable.
What a reception your team received here tonight, both pregame and halftime. You mentioned the 96 Gators, and fans all Gator Nation going to go wild wherever you are.
That is true, and I tell you, the ovation that was received tonight was, I tell you, one, was well received, but also it was very, 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 I tell you, you just can't put it in words because it leaves you in an undescribable feeling. I tell you, you don't realize the lives that you've touched along the way until after you come back and receive an ovation like that.
And Chris Leak out of the shotgun formation at the 43-yard line. Well, this play has been very good to the Gators tonight. Percy Harvin trying to make something really special out of it. And down he goes at the 35-yard line, and a flag is dropped late on the play.
Guys, this guy, Percy Harvins, has speed to burn. He's a natural running back that plays receiver, is what I'm seeing here this afternoon.
Well, he's already electrified this capacity crowd in the Swamp 2 or 3 times tonight. Now the officials talking about the flag.
5 yards to the end of the run. First down.
Inadvertent face mask call, 5-yard penalty, and another look.
Good job by the left side of the offensive line of just getting everybody back off the football. Allows Harvin to actually, it looked like he stepped out of bounds there as he gets grabbed by the inadvertent face mask. But
Tony, you like this Urban Meyer staff and the way they play football?
Is under review.
Yes, this Urban Meyer has done a great job. First of all, coming back and reaching back to the older players that know how to and have won championships.
There's Jeff Bauer, the Southern Mississippi coach, and they have challenged the play. I think exactly what you're talking about, Nat, that he stepped out of bounds.
Right here, you'll see that left foot is on the white chalk. I would think so because he actually stepped out of bounds.
There's video evidence that shows that the runner stepped out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Therefore, the face mask is a dead ball foul. There will be 15 yards tacked on to the end of the run. First down.
Wow. So now you really have to question the sanity of challenging.
Hold on a minute. Let's think about this. You win the challenge, but you lose 10 yards.
I mean, I don't know who's benefiting from it more. I mean, you just hope that a close situation never happens.
Yeah. Well, you shorten the game with some rules, and you lengthen it with others.
That's true.
Replay lengthens it. Keyshawn Moore is taken down by Martavius Prince. This game has no rhythm right now early in the third quarter. There's timeouts and penalties, and the officials trying to figure out how far to mark off the ball. And yet the Gators still threatening to score here at the Southern Miss 27-yard line.
And that's what you'd like to be able to see them do. Come out of the halftime, make the adjustments, move the ball down the field, put some points on the board, sort of lengthen that lead that they've got.
2nd and 10. That's Dallas Baker in motion. And the ball swung out and knocked down by Chatelain and incomplete. Back at the 45-yard line, Matthew Chatelain, a big senior 5th-year man out of Metairie, Louisiana. The Southern Mississippi team affected by Hurricane Katrina last year. They had 2 games delayed last year, one by Ivan the year before. As you look at a nice play by Chatelain from that New Orleans area, Metairie, Louisiana. Had to move to Memphis, their headquarters, moving out of Hattiesburg. And can you imagine, Tony, having your season uprooted like that?
No, that's very difficult. And to see these guys bounce back from that, you just got to commend them for their effort of being able to come back and challenge themselves to do this job.
Well, they won 7 games last year. They've given the Gators all they can handle so far tonight. Pressure on. The Gators tried to set up the screen, but one man got through, and Dallas Baker is chucked to the ground at the 34-yard line by Caleb Hendricks.
That is a very tough play to run against a man coverage, and Tony Jones will tell you that if the quarterback has no responsibility but that receiver, as soon as he sees the receiver take a step, he's driving on the football. So therefore, there's no way to run that play. The tackle that's coming out to try and get the kick-out block cannot get there, David. You know, just a tough play to run into a man coverage situation.
That is, it's very true. You just hope that if you're going to catch a coverage in, you want to catch them in zone against that play.
Well, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't. Leak has gotten it right more often than not in his career, completing more than 60% of his passes. Pressure again from the outside, and Leak goes down at the 40-yard line. That's Hendricks again. That's 2 big plays in a row by senior Caleb Hendricks out of Birmingham, Alabama.
That time Hendricks was able to beat the block of the fullback, Billy Latsko. Normally Billy does a good job of picking up blitzes. He comes, it's a corner blitz. This time he comes. Billy just doesn't see him until the last minute. He's able to get in, get the sack. 2nd sack of the afternoon on Chris Leak.
Gator quarterbacks were sacked 35 times last year. And the Gators really hoping to vastly improve upon that this season. Oh, Southern Mississippi taking over possession of the football at the 40-yard line. Jeremy Young will run the ball and is brought down from behind at the 50-yard line. A gain of about 10 yards. And Jarvis Moss able to bring him down from behind. Moss, very quick, tremendous pursuit man on the outside, had to chase down Young from behind.
Yeah, quarterback draw, nice job of setting it up, taking a couple steps back, giving everything a chance to clear, and then hitting it in the gap between the tackle and the guard for first down.
Tony, you're looking at another pretty good number 1 in that Gators secondary, Reggie Nelson. That must bring back memories seeing Nelson wear your jersey and play as well as he does.
It does. I tell you, first it was Keywan Ratliff, and then I look back again, and then I see Reggie Nelson out there. And I tell you, this kid is phenomenal, man. His work ethic, everything about me reminds me of how I was out there on the field.
Here's another good look. Nice job by Reggie. He sees that they've got the blitz on, but great job of keeping leverage on the receiver, not overrunning, using the sideline as an additional tackler.
It was a gain of 6, however. And it's 2nd and 4. Fletcher picks up the first down and is dragged out of bounds by Nelson at the 35-yard line. Well, the Golden Eagles on the march after Florida, unable to convert on a 4th down, and that gave Southern Miss good field position. Now they're moving the ball again.
Well, they like to pull their guards, but this time, just nice job by the right guard, George Batiste, getting outside, giving him a lane, sealing off everything to the inside. Fletcher able to get good yardage.
Gator defense needing to stand up here as they're trying to protect a 7-point lead. Play action fake. Young with good protection. Batted away at the 12-yard line. A beautiful play by Tony Joyner, who is much improved over a year ago. The junior from Haines City. Tremendous high school quarterback, as a lot of these guys are that play football at this level, and a terrific play there.
Outstanding play by Tony Joyner, coming around with that right hand, not grabbing with the left, but there's just too much time for Young to throw this football. You're getting no pressure from the defensive line. Good clean pocket for him to step up and throw the football. If it wasn't for an outstanding play on Joyner's part, that should have been a completion.
2nd and 10. The screen set up fairly nicely. Fletcher had some running room if he's able to bring that ball in, but he could not. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Tony, what's
the last offensive series for the Gators? Deshaun Wynn came out, and Deshaun Wynn was looked at by the trainer and doctor, and then they decided to take him to the south end zone locker room. It looked like they were checking the shoulder area near the neck, and so when we get an updated report on Deshaun Wynn, we'll pass that along.
Well, that's not good news for the Gators. Deshaun Wynn and Keystone Moore, 2 backs that Dan Mullen felt very good about having ready to go. 3rd down and 10. Quarterback draw. Earl Everett slows him down, and then he is brought down by Brandon Seiler, short of the first down. It'll be 4th down, and we may see the Golden Eagle field goal team.
I tell you, Jay Johnson has saw something in this Gator defense where on 3rd down, even on 1st and 2nd down now, he's taking advantage of his quarterback's athleticism because the defensive end is trying to get an outside rush. The tackle is going inside. There's no cohesiveness. It creates a normal gap for the quarterback to go through. He came very close to picking up the first down.
This is going to be a 46-yard attempt by Darren McCaleb. His career long is 47. This one has plenty of distance, but it is no good. It has been outstanding. Tony Joyner with the interception, and the Golden Eagles have yet to get any consistent play in their passing game here tonight. Right now, this Golden Eagle defense standing tall in the 3rd quarter. Martavius Prince with another stop, and no gain on the first down play. In fact, a loss of a couple of yards.
And this team reminds me of some of the Alabama teams, some of the old University of Miami teams where they've got so much speed running lateral that it's very, very difficult to get outside. So, if the Gators want to be able to run this football, they're going to have to hit some seams up the middle.
And very tough to consistently run the football tonight. Southern Mississippi showing the Gators a lot of different looks. Here's a 4-man rush, and Leak throwing it to Dallas Baker, who has the catch, and out of bounds he goes at the 36-yard line. 2 or 3 yards short of a first down. Reception number 4 for Baker.
And David, I'm glad you said that. This ball's going to go out to the right side, but this is a 10-yard route. You know, it's a 2nd and 12. You run your 10-yard route. If you try and go 12 yards, it throws off the timing. Leak gets back. He throws this on rhythm. Perfect timing. Gets the ball to Dallas Baker. Gives yourself a good 3rd down and short situation.
The Gators line up with no backs. And Leak with 2 men wide left and right. Blitz coming from the middle and the outside. Leak's pass is incomplete, intended for Baker again, and a late flag, but here it comes. As Hendricks was there a little bit too soon, it would appear, on Dallas Baker.
Well, the Gators are going to get the benefit of this call, but David, I'm telling you, we're living dangerously because Chris Leak is getting hit by unblocked defenders each and every time. Right here, just as he releases the football, you've got a free blitzer coming on him with nobody protecting him.
Pass interference. Number 14 on the defense. The ball was placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Well, that was very close. Looked like a pretty good play. Jeff Bower certainly disagrees with this call.
Well, most coaches will disagree, and I don't blame Jeff, but I think what the officials called is you made the play with the left hand, but you had the right arm wrapped around the receiver.
It is a first down for the Gators to the 44-yard line. Leak scrambling again and has to throw it away.
This pass is incomplete.
So the Gators now 2nd down and 10. It's been a choppy 3rd quarter here. We're halfway through the period. And Steve, a moment ago on that timeout call, did you get any more information on whether or not Jeff Bower challenged that play a moment ago?
Yeah, you had a great question, David. It was upstairs that called for the replay because they could see that the player stepped out of bounds and the spot was missed. And after this play's run, I'll explain to you exactly what happened and why Bower got upset.
All right. So it was not Jeff Bower that called for the officials to look at it. Leak under extreme pressure again, but stands tall in that pocket and throws a bullet to Baker. Let's go back to Steve.
Okay, so basically where the ball was marked, the face mask was called an incidental 5-yarder. When they reviewed it and had to remark it, that face mask became a 15-yarder because of where it was. And so after they respotted the ball and marked off 15 yards, that's when Jeff Bower said, whoa, I got the short end of this deal. But it was never called by Jeff Bower. It was all done from upstairs in the replay booth. And that's why it went from a 5-yarder to a 15-yarder with the face mask because of the spot.
All right, so the 3-time Conference USA Coach of the Year did not call for that one. Terrific catch by Baker. Well, Leak is really looking for number 81 on this drive. Nat, that's his 3rd catch of this drive, his 6th catch of the night.
Yeah, David, I sure hope we got an end zone lock because it is true that Chris Leak locks in on Dallas Baker because Dallas is running great routes, finds the hole in the zone, sets down, but Jamal Cornelius is running free 20 yards behind the entire defense, and Chris never saw him.
Good catch by Dallas Baker. Senior out of New Smyrna Beach. That's 7 catches now for Baker. And the give to Keyston Moore, and Moore is hit around the ankles and dropped by Denley near the line of scrimmage. Well, these linebackers can really pursue to the football for Southern Mississippi. Denley, McGrath, Abanikanda. Very talented defensive football team.
Well, and a lot of times at linebacker position, when you've got great defensive linemen, you're assigned to a back, and that's your man, especially if it's man coverage. And the Gators have been running that play where they bring the slot guy in motion, pull the corners, the slot guy out of there, and then run it back to that soft corner. But that time, Henley wouldn't hear it.
Well, Henley showing good speed. Here comes the blitz up the middle, and the Gators swing it out, picking up good yardage for a first down. Florida able to move the football as this gambling Southern Mississippi defense. You never know where they're going to come from as Moore picks up the first down. Chatelaine made the tackle.
Good soft throw by Chris, just getting the ball up and over Chatelaine. Moore comes in. Most people forget last year he started the ball game as a receiver, even though he's a tailback. You know, great hands.
Moore had 13 catches last year. Florida first down at the 30-yard line. That's Moore lined up wide to the left. Now in the backfield, takes a fake from Leak. Now Chris throwing it for Cornelius. He's got it. Touchdown, Florida.
Get the ball, they threw it to Baker. He didn't jump up and scream and make noise. This time everybody is open, and who does he go to? Jamal Cornelius in the corner of the end zone. An outstanding catch. At the tailback position is Marcus Manson.
Running third team behind Wynn and Moore. Summerall brings it out from the goal line. And down he goes, hit by Nick Brooks. Number 36, a good special teams play in the open field by Brooks.
Summerall looked like he had a big play there, but a nice job by the Gators special teams kick coverage team of everybody staying in their lane. And that way, when Summerall decided to cut it back, Brooks was right there to make the play.
Well, Nat, the Gators finally have a little breathing room. 2-touchdown lead now, and it took them to near the end of the third quarter to get this 21-7 advantage. They fell behind early 7-0 after an early turnover, but seem to have things going their way at this moment.
Well, they're starting to get things. They're starting to try and wear this football team down, but let's not forget, this is a good football team here.
And they are not going to go down as Fletcher picks up big yardage on first down to the 38-yard line before Kyle Jackson makes the stop for the Gators.
Here's another look at the touchdown. Chris Leak has all day to throw the football. You see him slide up, and there you see Summerall, Brandon Summerall, trying to cover the fleet. Jamal Cornelius, not going to happen.
And so can the offensive line protect Chris Leak? They did on that play and gave him enough time to throw a beautiful ball. Nice setup play. Fletcher catching it on the run. Nelson trying to chase him down. Finally taken down by Jackson, but across midfield and into Florida territory is freshman Damian Fletcher. A 17-yard play for Southern Mississippi.
Little swing pass. Nice job by Fletcher setting it up looking like he's going to block and then just flare it out. Young gets him the football with open field in front of him.
Here's a good look at the freshman from Biloxi, Mississippi. We've been running ahead of Cody Hall and Larry Thomas tonight. Two more experienced backs. It is Thomas in the backfield now out of the I formation. Young throwing deep for the freshman Gray. Got all tangled up with Reggie Lewis, and we've got a flag.
Here's another look at it. Reggie Lewis is in great position, but Bray does a nice job of drawing the interference right there by stopping.
Now also had the forearm into the chest of Reggie Lewis. Have they taken the flag away?
Yeah, they picked it up. They ruled the ball was uncatchable. The ball was thrown out of bounds.
I think that's a good no call because contact was equal on both sides, regardless of whether the ball was catchable or not.
Well, here's another look at it, but let's look and see exactly where the ball lands. And it's out of bounds, so the ball was uncatchable is what they ruled. It's a close call.
Jeff Bauer shaking his head over that call as well. It's second down and 10 from the Florida 44. Florida showing a blitz, and here they come. Young's pass is a bullet, caught for a first down at the Florida 34-yard line. There's that freshman Rodney Gray again. And a nice job by the junior quarterback Jeremy Young to stand in there knowing he was going to get popped.
I'll tell you what, he's got a cannon too. He stands in there, takes the punishment, knows where he wants to go with the football, gets it there in a hurry. Outstanding catch by Rodney Gray as he's got Smith hanging all over him.
First down, the Gator 33.
First down and 10 for the Golden Eagles, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Young firing, and it is intercepted. Reggie Nelson picks it off in the end zone.
David, Reggie Nelson gets this interception, but I tell you this here, We always talk about communication. We talk about chemistry. That time, Kyle Jackson is coming from the other safety slot as Reggie's in a trail technique. Now, you'll watch it right here at the top. You'll see Kyle Jackson steady yelling, ball, ball, ball. It tells Reggie to turn, locate the football. He comes up with the interception. Great communication between the two safeties that time. Here's another look. As a defender, you've got to know that you're beat. You've got Barnes behind you, so you're trying to catch up. You don't know when to turn to look for the football, but all of a sudden you got a teammate just saying ball, ball, ball. That's why they do those drills in practice. Communication leads to an interception.
Nelson's second interception with the Gators. He got one against Georgia last year. Leake's pass is caught by Caldwell at the 26, a gain of 6 yards on the first down play. They'll mark him at the 27. We'll call it a 7-yard gain. But boy, Reggie Nelson, he is a playmaker. The Gators thought they were going to have to use him at cornerback this season because of depth problems. Then Ryan Smith comes and is able to win a cornerback position. You're able to move Nelson back to safety, where he really is capable of making a lot of big plays, and big pick off there.
Well, it's a luxury when you can keep a guy like Reggie Nelson in the center of the field where he can help out everybody on defense.
This is Marcus Manson getting his first call. No, I'm sorry, it's Keyston Moore. I thought Manson had snuck in there, but it's Moore, the ball carrier. We saw Wynn go to the locker room earlier in this third quarter. Deshaun Wynn, who started the game at the running back spot for the Gators. Now it's Moore.
Well, David, this is the second time this afternoon that Southern Miss has had an outstanding drive going, and then the Gators come up with a big interception.
Yep. Florida leads by 2 touchdowns late in the third quarter. They're facing a 3rd down and 5 from their 25-yard line. Leake steps up, flag flies, and down goes Leake at the 22. Vontre Mason, big number 91, a junior from Richmond, California, makes the tackle. Or rather, that's Henderson on the stop, number 91. Let's see what the flag is.
Holding. Number 79 on the offense. That penalty is refused. 4th down. That'll happen.
Well, there's Urban Meyer and our Geico quote of the game. Urban talking about Chris Leake. He says, Chris is a new guy. I love Chris Leake. If we keep him healthy, he's going to have a fine year. And we've seen Leake make some big plays tonight in the opener against Southern Mississippi. No quarterback controversy at Florida. That's quite obvious as Leake has gone the distance late in the third quarter. Eric Wilbur punting it away, a low line drive, and a fair catch is made at the 40-yard line. First down and 10 for Southern Mississippi. Jeremy Young dancing around back there, and a flag is thrown as Young throws the ball away. Intended for the fullback, Bobby Weekley.
And I tell you, that's starting to show you that Jeremy Young is getting comfortable back there. David, you know, he looked downfield, looked downfield, looked downfield, and then he realized, you know, everything's starting to break down. I got to get rid of the football. He throws it away. You know, a young quarterback normally would have held on to it.
Number 70 on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Big George Batiste called for the hold. The All-Conference USA man in his 4th year as a starter in this program. There are the numbers on Jeremy Young.
And he started out, David, 6 for 6. So since then, he's went 3 for 14. Gators turning up the pressure.
Yeah. Well, they had great field position on their first possession. After the interception, marched in for the score. Have not scored since. Southern Miss. Young deflected and intercepted by Reggie Lewis, the former wide receiver, looking for some running room. And he's got some daylight now. And a big block by Reggie Nelson. Lewis finally taken down at the 5-yard line. Reggie Lewis, a former wide receiver, 27th career game with Florida. He's been offense, now defense, and a big play here for the Gators late in the third quarter.
And David, this is what the defensive coaches, Greg Madison, Charlie Strong, John Doc Holliday, and Chuck Heater preach us all the time. Let's get 11 guys going to the football. Ball bounces up and into the waiting arms of Reggie Lewis. Gators got the football down inside the 10-yard line with a chance to punch it in and put some more points on the board.
Well, Southern Miss started opening night against the Gators in 1997. Florida won that game 21-6. They turned the ball over 4 times that night to help Florida win that game, and now the third interception thrown by Jeremy Young. And Tim Tebow is in at quarterback, making his Florida debut. He'll try to put the Gators in the end zone. Ball spotted at the 6. And Tebow was headed toward the center of the line before the flags came in and the whistle blows.
Wouldn't you know it?
Ball is, the clock has started, and that will be the end of the quarter, so there will not be a play. 6'3", 229 pounds. Put up amazing numbers in high school, throwing for 9,940 yards and 95 touchdowns in 3 years. Also can run the football. And the handoff up the middle to Keyston Moore. And Moore almost put it into the end zone. I think everybody felt like Tebow was probably going to carry the football, including the Southern Mississippi defense.
You are so right, because watch the defense. Everybody's staying at home, and therefore you don't have Shadowlink coming right down the line of scrimmage, making the tackle on Moore at the line of scrimmage. He stays outside because he's concerned with Tim Tebow's running ability.
Good call by Dan Mullen, knowing that the Southern Miss folks are probably looking for Tebow to run the ball. Second down from the 1-yard line. Low snap. Nice job by Tebow. He stiff arms one man, but can't scoot in. Yep, he did. Touchdown, Tebow.
Able to keep his balance, put that hand down, and then launch himself into the end zone for the touchdown. I hope we got a good shot of that as when we come back.
And Wilbur going to try and go for 2. I don't think this was a called play, and Wilbur throwing it in the direction of Tate Casey on stiff arming the defensive player. Let's take another look, Nat.
Nice job of handling the low snap, but good strong stiff arm there. See how he puts that arm down to catch his balance and then catapults himself into the end zone. And then Wilbur just not able to handle the snap. Good snap, but bad job of catching the football, and wisely just tried to unload it. He knows his outlet is Tate Casey, just overshot it.
Jonathan Phillips, line drive into the end zone. And he had a notion about coming out, but decided otherwise. This is a young man that grew up dreaming about one day playing in the swamp for the Florida Gators. And here he is, and he scores a touchdown. Fletcher fumbled the ball and then picked it up. And Tebow really willing to learn from the senior. Jarvis Moss got a hand on Young. Young able to break free and chased out of bounds by Brandon Seiler at about the 27-yard line, a couple of yards short of a first down, and it'll bring up third down with under 13 minutes now to play in the fourth quarter, and the Gators with a 20-point lead against the Golden Eagles.
And David, that shows you the strength of Jeremy Young. He's 6'3", 215 pounds, but Jarvis Moss was the Gators' leading sacker last year with 7.5 sacks, and he was able to pull out of that arm tackle and pick up some positive yardage.
Yep, Jarvis Moss getting his first start tonight for the Gators, but played a lot of football last year. Third down and short yardage. And Young throwing it to a wide open Sean Nelson. All-American candidate tight end with the catch and a first down for Southern Mississippi.
One change on the sideline, guys, is Steve Adazio, tight end and tackle coach, is now downstairs. Last year he was upstairs in the booth. He's now downstairs working with the offensive lineman. And the first thing he asked Tim Tebow was, did you drop the snap or was it low? And when Tim said it was low, obviously Adazio goes right to Steve Rissler. But he really does have his hands full down here because all the youth with that offensive line and experience, there's a lot of mistakes right now with communication.
Coached with Urban Meyer at Notre Dame in the late 90s, Steve Adazio. And again, there's players bouncing all over the place and a flag dropped.
And I think they're going to call the tight end, Sean Nelson, for moving. The Gators were moving along the line of scrimmage, and he reacted.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 1 on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Well, you can see what all the hype is, though, about Sean Nelson.
Oh, he's an unbelievable player.
He's
David.
a fluid runner and has great hands. Been compared to Leonard Pope at the University of Georgia.
Well,
he's a tight end pro prospect.
And I think he has more speed than Leonard Pope of Georgia. I think his longest reception last year was 63 yards, had 5 touchdowns.
Yeah. Only a couple of catches so far tonight. Young looking and finding Nelson again up at about the 50-yard line. His 3rd catch of the game. Covered well, though, by Earl Everett. You know, most of the time, Nelson is going to have an advantage lined up one-on-one with a linebacker. But as you mentioned earlier, Nat, Earl Everett has tremendous speed and can cover a guy like Nelson in the open field.
Well, Earl Everett is not your average linebacker.
Exactly.
You know, here's a guy that can run and has great athleticism himself.
2nd and 10 from the 49. Gators blitz. Young throwing. Pass is caught. Joyner missed a tackle, but then here comes help from the secondary. Tremaine McCullum coming up to make the stop. Much improved player is McCullum, number 18 for the Gators, one of those 5th-year seniors out of Miami. Twin brother Jermaine, also a member of the ball club. And McCullum and Joyner, Kyle Jackson, all have made great strides from a year ago in that Florida secondary. We've seen that here tonight.
And that's a credit to this coaching staff because of the fine job that they do teaching-wise, David.
Third down and a yard. Gators have 9 men on the line, and the handoff to Fletcher, and there's not many blue shirts back there. Fletcher to the 25. And is brought down inside the 20-yard line at the 15 by Reggie Lewis. Boy, once he broke the line of scrimmage, Nat, the Gators only had a couple of defensive backs there to stop him from scoring.
Well, this play is scheduled to hit right up in here, but he's going to bring it back over in here. Now watch that. Everything starts there. Now watch him come out the backside. Good job there. Then he's able to elude Reggie Nelson. Nice job by Reggie Lewis of using the sideline as a help on defense. Even though it doesn't make the tackle, he slows him down, gets him on the ground.
Fletcher getting a breather over there after the 27-yard run. Pressure, the ball thrown to Thomas. And Thomas goes nowhere. Larry Thomas brought down by Latrell Alford, Brandon Seiler, Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith saw this play coming all the way, and good job of getting up there, beating the block of the tackle, and then making the tackle. Just gets right there before the tackle could get to him, holds on, waits for Brandon Seiler to come in and give him a little help. It's all about recognition, David. If you can recognize a play and get there before the big guy get there, you can beat him.
There's Ryan Smith. Coach Madison says he's got great feet, very quick athlete, and quickly adapting at Florida. Thomas up the middle, running behind that big right guard, Batiste. Ryan Smith, the starter for the undefeated Utah team in 2004. Lost his starting job midway through last year after this coaching staff had departed and gone to Florida, and was able to transfer to Florida with that new transfer rule allowing players to lose no eligibility.
Well,
so Ryan Smith in the starting lineup.
I thought I read somewhere, David, that he'd already graduated as well.
Yeah.
And you still have 5 years to complete 4 years of eligibility, so it gave him an opportunity to come here and play.
And he's a junior. He's got another season to play for the Gators, eligibility-wise. Brandon Seiler dropping Young, and the pass is thrown away. Brandon says, how did he get rid of that ball? I thought I had a sure sack that time.
Well, Jeremy Young reminds me a lot of Vince Young, as he is a big, strong running back that, he's wise. He gets outside of the pocket as soon as he sees that pressure, just throws the ball away. He sees Brandon Seiler right now. Hey, I got to get out of here. Gets rid of the football, avoids the sack. And how many times has he done that already tonight?
3 or 4. Out of Provine High School in Jackson, Mississippi is Jeremy Young. There's one of your better linebackers in college football, Brandon Seiler. Fourth down, and the Golden Eagles trailing by 20 are going for it. Young is hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. Derek Harvey really drilled him from the blind side. At the ground, Chris Leak with a pair of touchdown passes. And the Gators with the ball, and Leak back in at quarterback after Tim Tebow scored his first touchdown. Tebow barreling into the end zone, his first collegiate score, 27-7. The PAT missed on a bobbled snap, and that's where we are with 8:19 to play in the fourth period from Gainesville.
There with the Gators, as we take a look at Tim Tebow, you know, all this is part of learning. He knows every play that's being called in to Chris Leak, and you know, this is how you learn when you're a freshman. You stand as close as you can. You put that headset on and you get used to those plays, the terminology. All those are things that Tim Tebow has got to learn, and great opportunity for him. Very talented young quarterback.
It's 3rd down and 9. Leak, beautiful throw, and the Gators have their first down as Harvin with the catch out to the 36-yard line. Boy, Percy Harvin has wasted no time in making his presence felt in this Florida offense.
Well, Percy Harvin is working from the left side. You'll see right there, he'll come right into the screen. This time, he runs through the route. Chris Leak hits him in perfect timing, and then this is a guy that's going to get a lot of what they call yak, yards after the catch, because he's just a tremendous runner. It's hard to tackle him in the open field.
He's carried 3 times for 49 yards. Harvin has caught 3 passes for 33 yards. What a debut for a true freshman. Baker is there. What a grab. Reaching and pulling it in at the 36-yard line of Southern Mississippi.
I tell you this here. When you have chemistry with your quarterback, he knows what you're going to do. You know what he's going to do. This ball is thrown right now. The ball's in the air. Now watch when he turns. Look, the ball's there. Nice job by Dallas Baker of beating his man. This ball is thrown early. See, he just lobs it. Now you see Baker turn, looks, catches the ball in his hand. The key is, as a receiver, once you get in that route, you got to swing that head around, locate the football.
And nothing the defender Hendricks could do with that ball thrown where it was. Leak now over 200 yards for the 27th time in his career. Here's Baker again. And the senior from New Smyrna Beach having a tremendous game, coming off that Outback Bowl in which Baker was the MVP of that game with 10 catches. Here tonight, Dallas Baker has 9 catches for 122 yards.
Yeah, but watch. This is another look at the other side. But what Dallas Baker is doing right now is he's showing Chris Leak that, you know what, I'm your go-to guy. That was not a good pass by Chris Leak. It was actually behind Dallas. Dallas reaches back, catches the ball in his hands, and then turns, gets upfield, picks up additional yardage. So, you know, they've got something clicking here this afternoon.
Harvin on a quick handoff. He's got some blockers in front of him. Look at that stutter step, and then the explosion to the 16-yard line by Percy Harvin.
David, I can only say to you, my friend, it's going to be fun, because I like this young man. It's Percy Harvin makes everybody miss as he stops on a dime, and it takes Matthew Shadowlink to come back and make this play. Outstanding move by the freshman. I see why he was rated the #1 receiver in the country in high school last year.
You know, this offense Urban Meyer has brought in, it needs playmakers. It needs players capable of busting the big one, and Harvin is the guy that can do that. There is no question. Leak had a man. Moore to the 5. Keyston Moore for the touchdown.
Back to the right, and then threw it out to Keyshawn Moore. Good hands. But that time you sort of let the quarterback down, but he's bounced back and showed Chris he's a guy that he can depend on. And Chris rewarded him with a couple passes here.
Has he ever? Jonathan Phillips. Ball received at the 10-yard line. Pirine looking for a crease in that return team and brings the ball out to the 21.
Well, let's go back and take a look at the touchdown pass to Keyshawn Moore. He's actually motioned out here already. And then what's going to happen, Chris Leak is going to look down to the corner, looking at Ingram, and then just drop it off to Moore there. And then Moore is able to make this guy right. This is the starting cornerback. And Moore just able to get by him, sprint into the end zone, and that's actually Hendricks. That not able to make the tackle, but I must say, David, a very tired Hendricks.
Yeah, I think the Southern Mississippi team wearing down for sure here in the fourth period as we hit the 5-minute mark. Jeremy Young still, nope, let's check that. Stephen Reeves has checked in. So Young has given way to Stephen Reeves, the son of former Gator great John Reeves. Here's a good look at Stephen, the junior transfer from Michigan State University. Well, he's had some tough times trying to get his college career on track. There's his father, John Reeves, back in the late 60s, early 70s. He and Carlos Alvarez, great 1-2 pass-catch combination in Florida history.
And David, when I came to Florida for my personal visit, John Reeves was one of the guys that invited me over to his house and talked to me about what it's like to be a Gator. And you know, I appreciate that something dearly. Just a first-class guy, played in the NFL for 14 years.
That's a well-thrown ball by the big left-hander, caught by Chris Johnson. Stephen Reeves' sister flying in to be here all the way from California. His sister's husband is a coach on the USC staff. And so she chooses to come and watch her brother play against the Florida Gators, then travel with her husband to Arkansas for the Southern Cal Arkansas game. Reeves throwing, and Nelson with the catch at the 37-yard line.
David, it's so amazing how strategic defenses have gotten right now. They know what your breakoff is. If they come with the blitz, the tight end's going to turn out. You've got the safety coming over. You know that even if they complete the pass, it's only going to be for a 2 or 3 yard gain, which is a negative play. I mean, just outstanding coaching by Strong and Madison, the coordinators.
Well, they have done a terrific job tonight. The only score by Southern Miss set up by the pass interception. Monday night at 6, only on Sun Sports. It is a first down for Southern Mississippi. John Reeves been battling Jeremy Young for the starting job. Stephen Reeves, who suffered a torn ACL last fall in his redshirt year, now looking to throw. And incomplete, intended for Nelson. It'll be third down coming up for Southern Miss. Wes Chandler, one of the all-time great receivers for the Gators. Reeves steps up and throws a strike to Big Nelson, and the tight end picks up a first down on 3rd and 10 into Florida territory at the 37-yard line. Let's go to the sideline and get a running back update from Steve Babick.
Well, one concern that Urban Meyer will have to address in the postgame will be about the running back situation. We talked about Deshaun Wynn going out with some type of neck injury. That was being checked on. Also, third running back, Marcus Manson, got hurt on a special teams play, and that's why you saw number 33, Keyston Moore, really the only option at running back. So a story getting ready for Central Florida. Who's healthy at running back?
Reeves' pass is thrown up for grabs into double coverage. It almost picked off. Good coverage by the Florida Gators. That was John Curtis, number 24. And McCollum, Jermaine McCollum, also on that play as the Gators getting some second unit guys in there.
Getting some second unit guys, but even more so, David, that you've got the safeties.
That's Brian Carpenter.
Brian Carpenter, yeah. Daryl's looks just like him.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, but
as
you start to look at this wholesale changes, as a coach, you're saying, is everybody getting where they're supposed to be? And you see those safeties breaking on the football, getting up there where they're supposed to be.
Pass complete to Nelson again.
Now this is what I call building your stats, because you know Nelson is a great receiver, but early in the ball game he had a chance to make some plays, David, and didn't make it. Now that the game's out of reach and they're in a zone defense, you know, he's getting to catch a lot of balls with nobody around him. So it's called padding your stats. Yeah. I was guilty of that.
You did that a few times, I'm sure. There's 6 catches for Nelson. Reeves looks good throwing the football.
Exceptionally well.
He started against Notre Dame a couple of years ago at Michigan State. And he dumps this one. Strong Gator connection on that team with Reeves and Bryant Carpenter. Of course, John Reeves, Stephen Reeves' father, great quarterback, and Darrell Carpenter, an all Southeastern Conference lineman. Bryant Carpenter's older brother, Darrell Jr., also played for the Florida Gators as a walk-on and had a nice career. Dream come true for Reeves to be playing here in Gainesville, even though it is for Southern Mississippi. Fletcher on the handoff and is chased down at the 20-yard line. Nice tackle.
You know, how good is it that you're getting to go against the first team players for the Golden Eagles, because you know that's the experience that you're looking to get. Quality time, even though it's in a mop-up situation.
That pass by Reeves was thrown behind Josh Barnes.
I tell you, one thing that Stephen Reeves has showed me is that he has that clock in his head, like most good quarterbacks, that he realizes when he's running out of time and he gets rid of the football. The Gators have been there a couple times where it looked like they're going to get the sack, and he's able to unload the football before they get there.
Here is Reeves on 4th down, and the pass is dropped. Should have been caught by Barnes. I'm not sure he would have had a first down either way, however. Gators had good coverage.
There you see Barnes going off. He took a good shot after he dropped the football. And for all you young receivers out there that, you know, when you go across the middle, you're going to get hit anyway. So you might as well catch the football so you take the punishment for a reason. You know, because once that defender starts to lay out, there's no way he can pull up.
Gator defense with 3 true freshmen on the field able to stop Southern Mississippi. Jermaine Cunningham, Dustin Doe, and Brandon Spikes all playing for the Gators on that series. Only 56 seconds left. Tim Tebow will run the Gator offense for the final minute here in the Swamp. And the handoff up the middle. Easton Moore, the ball carrier, for 4 or 5 yards. You know, the rule change with the clock starting on change of possession didn't seem to really come into play tonight. I watched that South Carolina Mississippi State game the other night, and it was a factor, but tonight has not seemed to be. College football trying to shorten the length of games. Average plays last year in college football were 141. Easton Moore with a nice move to the outside. Hendricks finally able to take him out of bounds near midfield.
And David, we've got to talk to my man Tim Tebow. We've got to get him to understand, David, that he is a quarterback. When the running back breaks the line of scrimmage like that, he's running for a touchdown. The quarterback is supposed to sit back and watch. He's not supposed to try and catch up and throw the lead block as Tim Tebow did there. He showed you the speed. Oh, man, he's got that linebacker mentality.
Yeah, he does. Only 9 seconds left in the game. And Tebow gives to Moore again, and that'll be the final play of the football game. Urban Meyer's second year beginning on a winning note with the Florida Gators. And season number 100 starts with a victory against Jeff Bauer and a rough University of Southern Mississippi football team.
Okay, Coach Meyer, first of all, much better second half. You had to be pleased with that second half effort.
We got to get a lot better. We got to get a lot better. And I'll watch the film before I'll make judgment. But I thought our defense played very well. I think our offense is still not in sync. And it's nice to see Tim get in there and have a broken play and score a touchdown. We got a long way to go.
Some guys made big plays. We saw Dallas Baker make a great catch. Jamel Cornelius, guys that you knew can make those kind of plays.
Yeah, but you know this league we're going to be in here in a couple weeks, and we're going to have to play a lot better, including those guys.
Young guy like Percy Harvin showed a little sign of what he can do.
Yeah, he's been doing that in practice. He's a very good player. The Swamp's going to enjoy watching that guy play for the next 3 years.
Your defense able to force turnovers.
Yeah, Reggie Lewis, I believe, had one, and Tony Joyner. So I think our defense played fairly well against a team that was the 3rd best offense in school history. So we got a chance to be pretty good on defense.
All right, Coach, what are you going to talk to your team about as far as what you liked and didn't like in that first game?
We just got to improve as a football team. Our goal since day one has become a great team. We're certainly not a great team. I like our attitude. Our preparation was good. We played a good team. Southern Miss, good football team. So we just got a long way to go.
Thanks, Coach.